Welcome to Lock Journey Conversations.
The conversation is just to educate you and talk about locks in general.
All types of locks, all types of hair types, all types of densities.
Angie wants you to know that we are master locksmiths.
Yes, I like that.
We want you to be able to embrace your journey. You're going to be comfortable in your own skin.
The comfort, the love of locks. We're going to give you everything you need to know on locks. You can't get better than that. Oh, look at that.
Okay. All right. We're ready.
Hello, this is Shayla again.
Hi, I'm Lee.
It's Angela. Welcome to Lock Journey Conversations.
Well, hi, you guys. We're going to talk today about maintenance, home maintenance for your locks, okay? Integrity is very important. So I'm going to start there with integrity and basically why maintenance is important. So I am the person who believes of providing quality service. My work is honest. I give feedback to my clients. I even go as far as taking pictures, putting a mirror up, showing them my work, getting approval, making sure they like what I've done and they're satisfied. Okay. And I do that so that way I know that what we've completed today, you can go home and you'll be willing to maintain that hard work that we've invested in. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason for that. So for home maintenance, the first thing I have is braiding and banding. Very important. You guys would agree there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so in case you need to know what braiding and banding is, it is literally just doing a 3-strand braid in a section, and you do that section. You do sections all around your head of the 3-strand braid, and then you'll put a rubber band at the end of it. You either fold it over or you just simply put the rubber band just to prevent it from coming down.
Correct. And it's okay to let the loctician know if you don't know how to plait.
Yes,
so I have clients that ask me. So I actually would take a section and I will plait it out and show them. And then I band it so they know how to band it too.
I pull out my mannequin and start training them on how to do a 3-strand braid.
Yeah.
Actually, while I'm doing my establishment, that is part of the process. I pull out the mannequin and make sure that they can do it. They have to show me that they can do it.
Absolutely. So, Absolutely. And see, I make them show me on their hair. So once I've done it on their hair, I say, let me see you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if their hair is too short, then we have a process also where you can just band it close to the scalp, or they can twist it a little bit and then put the rubber band on there.
Great point.
Correct. In fact, with that one, I have them make it into a little 2-strand twist and put a little ball close to the scalp.
Yeah.
And then rubber band it down close to the scalp. But as long as there's enough room for you to get your fingers in to wash the scalp. Okay.
Now, I know that a lot of clients hate the branding or the braiding and banding process. Yes. And we get it. You guys, we get it. But it is very important. It's very important, right?
Because it's only temporary.
Tell them what happens if they do not braid and band.
They come loose. And you're starting all over. Yep. You might even have to pay that large fee again.
Yep. So your investment has gone down the drain.
Yeah. You've wasted your money. So please do what we say. It's only for a short time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Even if that short time means a few months.
Yeah. Braiding and banding, or not braiding and banding, leads to slippage. And slippage is basically them unraveling and coming down.
Absolutely. And that goes back to the integrity. So you want to maintain the integrity of your lock. The next up we would have is washing your locks and drying them completely. I don't care if you air dry, just don't take that braid and band down. Keep it up and let it dry completely. If you have somewhere to go, use a blow dryer, but don't unravel that braid until your locks are completely dry, because they will unravel on their own, and then that causes issues too. Would you guys agree?
I have some of my clients do take them down. They let them completely dry like that. I guess it could be further down in the process after you're getting your establishment. So it depends. If they have really soft hair, then we recommend that they keep it up, because that does happen where it starts to slip.
Yeah. I'm mainly speaking in regards to like first installs.
Okay.
Yeah. And then of course over time we'll tell you when you can do that. Like wash it loose, let it go.
Can we tell them what happens if they just leave their hair up in a ponytail for days and days and days?
And
as well. Oh yes.
We're gonna smell it.
Yes. You do not want mildew in your hair.
No. And you should smell it too. So if you do have that hint of mildew, that scent, go ahead and wash your hair again. You're gonna have to braid and band. But wash it again, because you don't want the mildew to sit in there. Mildew is mold. You don't want that. Okay.
And what has happened is a lot of times people will put their hair up like that and then lay down and go to sleep with it. And you think that it's going to be drying overnight. But a lot of times, because your hair can be really dense, it's not getting the airflow through your scalp. So it's just creating that mildew smell in your hair.
And I'll tell you just from experience with myself, my hair was thick, pretty dense when I first got the installation. And if I did go to bed at night after braiding and banding, I would just wake up and make sure I separate it from root to tip, and then I'll just rebraid because it's not dry.
Yes.
But I let it breathe for just that second or two, and then I put that braid right back in. Yeah.
And while we're talking about shampooing our locks and drying completely, when you shampoo your locks, just please make sure they need to know to shampoo thoroughly. I don't know how many clients I've had that has shampoo still in the back of their head.
Or on the
Rinse.
sides.
Yes,
Rinse,
and it
rinse.
gets stuck in your locks, and you can't really. I mean, once it's hardened and in there for a while, it's like lint. It does not come out, and it makes this discoloration in your locks. So we don't want that. So
I
make sure
will
you
say
shampoo.
on that note, for locticians, it might be best sometimes for you to wash in braid and band their hair for the first couple of months.
If
You
I
can
had
show
shampoo
them
bowl, I
if you
would.
you say it again.
I said if I had a shampoo bowl, I would, but
Yeah.
I don't have a shampoo bowl, so I'm not able to do that. But,
Understood.
yeah.
Understood. But those who
I can
do,
send them to you.
you can. You can. I do that with my clients. For the first few months, I actually am doing the braiding and banding and washing. But I'm teaching them and talking to them as to why I'm doing it because I don't want their hair to come down. I just don't. So I take control of that. When I feel like they're comfortable or they feel like they're comfortable, I release it to them. Is what I do.
Can we one more subject or one more thing on washing locks? Can we talk about because we had a brief conversation with this about this off camera, but shower versus sink.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So what you guys don't know is we all have a different take on that.
Yeah.
I instruct my clients not to shampoo in the shower because I feel like the water would drench their hair and causing the locks to have slippage. But these two young ladies actually encourage it. So
Yes.
I'll let you hear their side of it.
Yeah, I prefer the shower over the sink because in the sink, you're not getting all of the back area on your neck, and that can cause buildup on there because you're not getting to the back part of your head. Whereas in the shower, you should be able to thoroughly get all parts of your head.
Absolutely, I would concur. I encourage my clients to do it when they're showering, when you're taking your bath, because that's when you're cleaning your body. So you're going to make sure you're rinsing well. That's the hopes, right? So I just tell them just do it like you would do it with your loose hair. Go in and wash, your hair, and then make sure the water is just touching every part of your scalp, and then if you don't get it all out or you feel like you haven't gotten it all out, what I used to do is just turn on the faucet and get down under that shower faucet and rinse even more,
Well, what we will tell you guys is to follow the direction of your loctician.
Please.
Because
Please
it may
do.
be a reason why your loctician wants you to shampoo in the sink versus in the shower. So please follow your loctician's
That's correct.
recommendations.
That's correct. The next topic for home maintenance is going to be tying locks down at night. Some folks are advised that a bonnet is okay. For me personally, I have all of my clients, which they can definitely tell you, they have to tie their hair down. So they use a scarf, they tie it down. And then if there's any loose hair like me, I have lengthy locks, right? I put mine in a lock bonnet. So it's the long bonnet to catch the loose locks.
Kind of like the braid, the one for
Correct.
braids.
Correct. And the reason I do that, just so I explain to you, a lot of folks don't like friction. They don't like the frizziness. Well, if you want to maintain a good looking set of locks, that's the reason for tying your hair down.
That's
I
true.
just installed you, so I really want them to look good too. So that's why I want you to tie them down to keep from having so much friction when you sleep. Every
That's a
time you
great
turn your
point.
head, your locks are rubbing. So that keeps that controlled factor in place.
Okay.
So that's why I have them double duty. I don't let them just do bonnets. I can always tell when they just slip in a bonnet every single time.
And for me, I tell most of my clients is I like bend over and put the scarf on and put all my hair at the top of my head because I don't have the length that Shayla has. So bending over, putting my hair at the top of my head and it's wrapped and tie it right here. And my hair is just kind of sitting up here. So that works for me.
Also, there is the silk pillowcase and the silk scarf. Please don't use both because then it is drawn in heat. You're going to be sweating, and then that's going to cause slippage.
Yes.
So you pick one of those. If you feel like the bonnet doesn't stay on at night or something, then go with the pillowcase if you must. But
Is
don't
there
put
a
both
certain
of them.
stage? Or are you telling them that at the beginning too?
I'm telling them at the beginning. Now, if they have softer texture hair, then I would prefer that they have it tied down like you say.
Okay.
But if I know that they have a coarse hair where it's more than likely not going to come down, then I tell them to go ahead and go with the pillowcase.
So go ahead.
Then you also have people that have night sweats and things like that,
Yes.
they definitely need to have theirs tied down. They actually need to plait up their hair, is what I tell them at nighttime, especially in the back area, to make sure that their hair is not going to come unraveled.
Well, for that one right there, I tell all my clients that sweat at night to use the old school bandana. They're
I like
required to
those.
use
That's
the
what I
cotton
use.
To
bandana
absorb the
to
sweat.
absorb the sweat because I
Yeah.
don't want the sweat to sit on your scalp and cause the swelling of the locks prematurely. And again, slippage is very important. So that's how I educate mine, because I just don't want to create more work for myself
Right.
and more money out of their pocket.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Lee, I just want to touch on something you said about the satin pillowcase, so they can sleep, just for clarity.
Yeah, I said silk. I meant satin. Yeah.
Okay. And so they can sleep on that pillowcase without having to tie their hair down. Is that the option that you're providing for them?
Yes, especially like if they have really short locks and they're not able to get them all in there. Yeah.
Okay.
So again, that's why you listen to your loctician.
That's right.
Do what your loctician provides. And
Because they've seen you individually, and we all have different textures of
Yes,
hair, and
yes.
there are different rules based on the texture.
Yes,
of your hair.
absolutely. So what may work, the silk or satin pillowcase for one individual may not work for another individual,
Absolutely.
which one may need the bandana versus needing something else to tie your hair up.
Correct.
So
Correct.
please don't take this as she said that we could do. No,
Yeah, no,
it
no.
is it is individualized.
texture, plays a big role.
Great
Yeah.
point, ladies.
To follow that, we already talked about the controlling of the friction and the maintaining the integrity when it came to tying it down. So the next one would be just be patient and consistent with every step of your journey. A lot of you are not patient. You want to rush the process.
Yes.
And you can't rush the process. The locking process, I know you guys agree, takes time. Again,
Absolutely.
it's a
part of the
method to the
journey.
madness. Yeah.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah. I have the patience for me with a lot of my clients, and tell me what you guys experience, but they want to pull the little buds off. I'm like, don't pull the buds off. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of
Wait,
maintaining the
Shayla,
lock.
what are buds?
Oh, well, I wish I could show you, but no, I'm past that process really. But the bud is the little ball that's at the end of the lock. So when you start to see the budding happening at the end of the lock, that means your locking process is starting. From the bud, the locking mechanism, if I can use that, is going to work its way up the shaft of the lock to the root. So a lot of people think they're locked just because we've actually took the time to go in and create from the install that locking
And if they
process
did, they wouldn't have
that
to
our fingers-
band.
Yeah, and that's not the locking process.
You have not arrived.
Correct. So leave the buds on. I mean, if they're just hanging on by one strand, of course, take it off. It's going to form again, but understand there's a method. There's a reason why that's forming.
Yes.
Okay, so that's important. Do you guys have anything to elaborate on that?
Yes. Were you going to say something?
No.
Lee? So about being patient and consistent about the journey. So I hear all of these stages of journey and of the journey, and some people say the ugly stage. So
ugly stage.
you guys, I know that you may not look 100% to the way you are normally used to looking, but there's no ugly stage. The stages maybe it's less than pretty. How about we say it like that? So let's talk about the
It's
stage.
different.
It
I think
is
it's just different,
okay.
yeah.
Well, let me give you just my own personal journey.
Yeah.
When I got my locks, I did not like the way I looked in my locks. I did not. I even tried to wear a wig. Don't do that. But I tried to wear a
Please
wig
don't.
because I came back from a vacation showing my loctician my vacation pictures, forgetting that I had a wig on, knowing that she did my locks. So she was like, "Oh, she didn't see anything else on my picture.
But
She
the hair,
saw,
that's what I saw.
oh, you're not wearing your locks." And I was like, "Oh man, I forgot who I was dealing with." So yes, don't do that, because the only reason that I wore the wig was because I was used to long hair and long braids. I wore long wigs and long braids. And then when I got my locks, I didn't know who I was. I looked different. There was a lot of space in my locks. They were short.
Yeah.
So I didn't embrace it. So all we're asking you guys is to find a way. It took me probably all of 6 months to really embrace my look. I had to figure out who I was in my locks. So please, there are stages, and you do have to embrace it, and you need to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a similar thing, or did you just jump right in and say, "I like these locks. I love them. I'm about to rock these"?
No. I put the little headband around the edge, and then I would just keep them up. I had a little bit of length to where I could at least put it in a ponytail, but then I had that around the edge because they are smaller, and your hair looks a lot thinner than what you're used to. So that's what I did for at least until I did the first wash. Because after that first wash, you do get a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah, you do get a little bit of volume.
Yes.
Each time that you wash it, it's gonna progress more and more. So yeah.
How did you go, Shayla?
For me, listen, I was the kid that wanted locks as a little kid, back then traditional was more famous. You know what I'm saying? The popular lock. So my mom wasn't having it. So I was ready for the journey. So I didn't care what the process took. I was just going to go through the process. But I tell my clients all the time, again, it's stages, and just embrace it because you chose that lifestyle change. So you have to accept the lifestyle change and take each stage as it comes to you, how it is, and just figure out how to style it. You can figure out how to style it without creating a lot of tension. Yeah. If you do that, keep the wigs off because you're actually
producing heat and wetness.
Yeah, it's gonna sweat, and then you're pretty much stopping it from breathing. They need to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Your locks need to breathe. Your scalp needs to breathe. But yeah, I just say embrace your locks. That's what I tell my clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you have questions, ask your loctician. Yeah, they'll help you. So the next part for home maintenance would be the separation of your locks. That just means running your hands, your fingers, the balls of your fingers, not your nails, through your locks. Run them through your locks from the scalp all the way out, just like you would do with your regular loose hair. And do the same thing with your locks, and it keeps your locks from joining together, combining, you know, because then you don't want baby wicks. We don't want to do that, you know, so you want to keep them separated, and it's your hair. So embrace rubbing through your hair every day. When I wake up, if my hair is loose, I just run my fingers through it just to make sure there's nothing that's combined, especially at the root.
What I love is that Shayla's like, she's so nice about it. And she's like, just run your fingers through your hair. We need y'all to run through your hair and separate your locks, please. Please, it's so important because not only is it important for your locks not to join together, right? Because then we have to separate. When you sit in our chair, we have to separate them. And sometimes it hurts a little bit because they literally have joined together. So we need to separate them. That takes more time too for us to do that. So now you're uncomfortable. We're taking more time separating your locks, and that is just going to, sometimes they are inseparable, and sometimes we have to combine them, right? Because we can't take them apart. So it is a very, very important step.
Be intentional. Be intentional about what you've invested in when it comes to that. Anything on that for you, Lee, or is it?
No, I know that it sounds like it's a tedious process and like, oh, there's just too much to these locks. It really is simple. Once you get it down, what your process is, it really is a simple process.
I mean, you don't have a comb anymore, no brush.
This
you don't have to do anything else to your hair anymore but band and braid and separate.
Yes. Your new comb, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. My clients have asked, which they know better now, but they have asked in the beginning during normal consultations, well, can I put oils? Can I still put that gel on my edges? Things of that nature. I tell my clients simply just massage your scalp. Massage your scalp, and your natural oils from your scalp will produce. You'll get that. Okay, they'll secrete, and that's what you massage your scalp with. Your locks too. You can just bring them out from the root all the way to the ends of your locks. I don't know about you guys, but at night I sit up and I'll go through and give myself a massage, and then I'll pull my hands out and I'll actually see the oil. So that oil I'll use, it's natural oil. If you want to use oil, again, don't take my word for it. Use your loctician's advice or recommendations. I tell them jojoba oil if they need to use some type of oil for dry scalp. But other than that, they do really well.
And when they're putting that oil on, it is just simply for their scalp. It is not for all over your locks.
Yes.
Yeah, because then that becomes a whole nother problem.
Lint.
Yeah, it attracts lint.
Magnet.
It attracts lint. So if you feel like you have a lot of lint, the question I ask is, well, have you put oil in your hair? Oh, yeah. How'd you know that? Because that's what is attracting the lint from your clothes or whatever.
Clear indicator.
I wanted to say something about... you mentioned the edges and things and putting gel. Some of my clients, they are determined to put gel on their hair anyways. Just have it washed out by the time you come in for your reties. And then you can go back and lather up on the sides so you have your edges and what have you. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you sure?
I was just going to say with the gel, do you have clients that want to use that temporary color spray? Because I have those.
I have the temporary shampoo or
with
the shampoo, with the color, not the spray.
But it gets all on your hands and everything?
Well, the shampoo doesn't. It's gone. Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Okay. I was going to say just be patient. That goes back to just being patient with your locks. You'll eventually be able to color. Just let them lock. You know what I'm saying? Let them just do their process.
I wanted to elaborate on the oil that you were talking about. So I have recommended to my clients the coconut oil, just a little bit, because that little bit goes a long way, and just massaging into their scalp, because sometimes it is very, very dry, and there's nothing else that they could do. And so there's flakes sometimes. Now, if it becomes very, very flaky, I recommend another product called Nizoral, which really helps with their scalp. But a little bit of coconut oil. I've heard that some people are allergic to coconut oil, so I've recommended a different oil to them. But like you said, not a lot, and just through the scalp to massage it through, because in the winter months, hair becomes dry and it does need a little bit of oil. So in the summer, we drinking more water, we're producing more, we're excreting more through our scalp. So it's a little bit different method in the summer.
I will say that the jojoba oil is going to be the closest to your scalp's oil, natural scalp oil. So if they can use that, that works.
You heard it here.
That works best. But aloe vera. I add aloe vera juice to my water.
If my grandmother was living, she would have loved to have heard you say that.
Aloe
Aloe vera was the heal all for everything.
Because it's so moisturizing. So water is your natural moisturizer. But if you want even more moisture, add a little aloe vera juice. But again, let your loctician advise that. My clients are all pretty mature right now, so I advise that. But I'm going to go back to when you said the flaking and the dry scalp. I have some clients who have psoriasis or have had scalp eczema or just dry scalp, period. Their scalps have all cleared up.
Because you don't have to put anything on it.
They don't have to put anything on it. And if you guys just understand that if you let the process happen, your scalp's going to heal itself. Remember, you only have these issues because when you had loose natural hair, you were applying all that junk with all the chemicals in your hair.
You know how many times I've told clients that, just to piggyback on what you just said, is that the product, you don't realize that the product that you're putting on your hair is causing the dryness. So you just keep applying and applying and applying, and you're still getting the dry, flaky scalp. But if you just cut that out and stop, all of that dandruff and dry scalp will dissipate and you no longer have it.
That's how they make their money.
Yeah, to keep you going.
Yes.
Keep coming back.
That's it. Like they said with dentin, keep chewing it and you'll want some more. Okay, yeah. Also, the next one is understand new establishments take a while to lock, depending on the texture of hair. That's a big one. That goes back to the patience and staying steadfast. So I kind of want us to just tell them, because I think the problem is they want to compare.
Yes.
My locks don't look like her locks.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, that is very big.
The reason is her texture is different from mine.
Yes.
Right? She has a softer texture.
Doesn't matter if you're related.
There you go.
It doesn't matter if it's mom, daughter, son.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
True. Yes. So understand that every texture is going to produce something different. Thickness, the dense or the thinner hair, it's going to look a little different. So you can't look at the next person and say, why don't mine look like that? Allow your locks to prove themselves worthy of you, is what I tell my clients.
So we can even go through the three of us and the difference. So when you got your hair established, how long did it take for yours to lock?
Oh, man, mine took literally 2.5 years to fully lock.
Okay. I sort of forgot after about month 2 to band and braid my hair, and it was totally fine. My hair is extremely coarse.
And it took almost 2 years for mine to lock. In fact, I still have 2 in the front that come down. And I'm almost 5 years in.
Yeah.
So you just can't, you will have slippage. It just, because this part of my hair is a different texture than this part of my hair or this part of my hair.
Yeah.
So I have locks that still come down.
Yeah.
And so that's a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
So if you have, I think it's important for us to let them know that if you have soft, curly hair, that means your hair is curly and it's really soft. You're going to take longer to lock.
Absolutely.
Usually.
Yeah.
I'm saying usually because there's the exception, right?
Yeah.
So usually you will take longer to lock because your hair is soft. Your banding and braiding process is going to be different. You may not even be able to shampoo as often. We may tell you don't shampoo your hair for several weeks because of your texture of hair. But if you have more coarse hair, I have clients that locked in 2 months.
Yes.
I mean, they came in, they were locked, and they are the envy of everyone because they are locked, right? Meanwhile, you have a client over here that's been trying to lock for 2 years, and you have a client that locked in 2 months, right? And it's all because, I mean, if you look at the three of us, all of our hair looks different. All of our locks are different, and that's just the way it is, right?
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. Definitely just embrace your personal process.
And don't do the comparison thing. You can't do that. I mean, and you just have to enjoy the journey. Yeah. You're going to go through all the phases, which we're going to talk about.
No matter what you do. Now, if you do the instant locks, then yes, you can bypass.
That's different. You can do everything. You can even listen. If I do instant locks on you, I'm going to wash your hair right after I've installed them. You're not braiding and banding. I have to wash them to make sure they're locked. So you're going to see that they're locked. Yeah. So there's just different processes for different things. Just make sure whatever you have done, you're patient with it. Yeah. Stay the journey. If it's not for you, you're going to know right out the gate within that first couple of months. Yeah. You're going to know.
Well, hopefully you don't get that far, because during the consultation, we will figure out that you are not ready, and we will politely decline
You're
you.
gonna figure it out. Yeah. I've turned a lot of people away for that. So yeah, when you're not ready and indecisive, yeah, okay, no. Not even gonna take your money. So be careful for that too, you guys. If you feel indecisive, yeah, don't do it.
Well, you guys, we have covered quite a bit of information. We have let them know all of the maintenance of the locks, from banding and braiding, all the way down to establishments and the types of locks, and just being patient. I think patient is our key word here for every step of maintenance, because it is going to require some maintenance, but not as much maintenance as when you had a loose natural.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
far less than
And
that.
cheaper.
And so this was a great topic, and I'm happy that we discussed this, and so that we can keep our audience informed.
Yeah, absolutely. Ask us any questions you have.
Thank you for listening to Lock Journey Conversations.
Hey, make sure you follow us on Instagram at lockjourney_conversations to stay updated on class dates, install openings, and new episodes.
Our quarterly class is a 2-day hands-on training that we schedule throughout the year, and it's perfect for anybody wanting to grow their skills and get real practice on technique.
Don't forget about our group installs. This is where you can get up to 3 people on your head. We install your hair within 4 hours or less. It's fast, it's organized, and it's a great option if you want a quicker experience without sacrificing quality. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.